fin on top of the whale is called the dorsal fin, which helps stabilize the orcas when they're swimming and regulate their body temperature. The flippers on either side of the whale are called pectoral flippers, which are mainly used for steering and stopping. Each pectoral flipper has 5 bony digits inside of them, much like the human hand. And the lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes. The tail flukes are the killer whale's main engine, propelling them up to 30 miles per hour. That's as fast as some of our speedboats. And they will swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Whoa. Live at SeaWorld, folks. Enjoy the show.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales will use body language as part of their communication.
I'm your cousin, sorry. Technically as your cousin, this is American, so.
A pectoral slap is how they show dominance or get noticed. For example, a mother may use a peck slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they preach. Sky hopping is how killer whales will coordinate or get a view of their surroundings when they hunt. Fluke slaps are also a form of communication killer whales will use both in the wild and here at SeaWorld.
They're that. I was about to say. I need to about the splash. Let me think of this one. Michael?
No way.
Killer whales are good communicators, so it's no wonder that they're on top of the ocean's food chain.
over there and they get smashed.
And most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, bringing them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Hemisphere will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach.
We're in the wet zone, but honestly, nobody's wet here. I say all of our things.
Antarctic orcas will create waves that crash over floating ice, knocking seals into the water. There's that same wave-making technique demonstrating one of many complex and impressive hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. So we all saw these waves crash in front of us, but you can't really imagine the amount of water being displaced by our whales. Luckily, I do have a brave volunteer that's going to show all of us what it's like to feel that power of the wave. I think she needs a little bit of extra encouragement. Everybody, you're nice. All right, take a seat on that little box. Pull down tight. Snap your back all the way against the glass. Perfect. And now all you have to do is sink like a seal. Alright, looks like Orca is on her way.
Whoa. Whoa.
We should have sat there.
Alright,
Oh, that's a miss.
good job. High five. Come on out.
If anything, she's scared. Poor little thing.
Alright. You are pretty small here. Nothing's round here.
Good.
Now, because killer whales are found in every part of the ocean, it's no wonder that they eat all kinds of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on the screen is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than the killer whales. So, how does a whale this size eat a whale that size? Well, it's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players. That's it.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach young whales to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing their playful side both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. A porpoising is when the whales will swim fast at the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. You'll see them do this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or surfing in a wave. Orcas love to be touched, and they will rub their bellies on rocks whenever they can. Here comes one of the whales showing what the whales from British Columbia will do. You'll also see killer whales imitate each other in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from each other.
Wow.
Playful behavior does have a purpose. A tail whip is used in hunting to stun a fish. But today it seems to me like these whales might be stunning all of you. We interact with our whales all day, every day, which allows us to share trusted relationships and provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. For example, they can show us their tail flukes, which is very useful when our veterinary staff need to come over and obtain a blood sample. The whales can also slide onto a scale so we can monitor their weight on a weekly basis. There's Orca showing us how they do it on the screen. We can even obtain a breath sample from the blowhole, all because of the trusted relationship we have provided here day after day here at SeaWorld. And now it is time to introduce you to one of our whales. Here is Kalia on stage. And she loves it when the whole crowd gives her a nice cheer.
Yay!
Kalia's the smallest whale in size, not in age. She is 17 years old and she's just very, very fun to work with. Kalia has inspired millions of guests, and hopefully that includes all of you to care for and protect our wild counter beings. We challenge our whales every day to learn something new, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play are all part of keeping the whales in great shape.
Adults here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with those of the killer whales in the wild, research has been done. This research will create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean affect killer whales and their life supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you for joining us on this Orca encounter. Great appreciation for these amazing animals. Goodbye, and enjoy the rest of your time here at SeaWorld San Diego.
Yay, thank you.